Good morning, future 8th graders. Can you believe it?
Yes.
Our babies are finally going to be in the 8th grade. I remember when they were that big.
I remember when they were this big. They were so cute when they were this
Next
big.
thing you know, they're going to be
Taller
running
than
around.
me.
I know.
Oh man, I wish they wouldn't get taller than me.
How does this happen?
I don't know. Good
Well,
question. Well, now it's time to talk about 8th grade courses.
That's right.
So let's do that. 8th grade course selection form. Take them out and let's take a look at them.
Okay. First thing first, your blue sheet. Y'all's is going to be blue. So your blue sheet will already have your name and your ID number on there, okay? If you're going to be new to the school, then you will have to write your name up on the right side. Not a big deal, no biggie. The first section says, when making your course selections, place a check mark in the blanks provided. So the first section of this deals with all 4 of your core classes. Do you know what your core classes are yet? Is it like PE and
No, I don't think so.
health and
No.
speech?
It's English language arts, math, science, and history. Those are the core
4.
classes. Everything else is an elective.
4 core classes.
Yep.
So that's what you've been doing for 2 years now. Now we're adding it for your last year, 8th grade. You get to, just like in 7th grade, you get to choose between you get to choose between regular and pre-AP. You have your regulars all on the left there, regular ELA, Math 8, Science 8, U.S. History 8. If you have been taking pre-AP courses this school year in 7th grade, and you feel like you've been successful, and we're going to talk more about how the pre-AP, what you need to do to decide whether to be in pre-AP. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But if you do feel like you're ready to take pre-AP in 8th grade, then those are your 4 choices. Do you notice something different about the pre-AP on that side?
Well, I see algebra.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't say Math 8. It says algebra and it says high school credit.
High school credit, that means you get to go and you can take something that's going to make you count in high school.
You mean like Rangers?
Yay!
Rangers?
Go. You get to do something that's going to count on your Ranger transcript.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Go
Yes.
SVHS.
Algebra 1. If you were in Miss Cantu's class this year, was she the only one that taught pre-AP?
Mm-hmm.
So if you were in Miss Cantu's class, talk to Miss Cantu. See if she thinks you should be up in the Algebra 1 class. If you'll be successful, if you've kind of struggled a little bit, gotten below, what is the grade we're looking at?
Well, if you've got below an 85 and you've kind of struggled in the class all year long, then it is recommended that you take Math 8 next year.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean that you failed. It just means that we want you to have a stronger foundation of 8th grade math before you go into algebra for high school credit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So those are some of the things that's the first section of choices, your 4 core classes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next, we're going to talk about our electives.
Well, but before we go in there, now that the kids are going to be going to high school after this year, do we want to talk about what does pre-AP mean anyway?
Go right ahead.
So pre-AP means pre-advanced placement. When you go to high school, you have the opportunity to take advanced placement classes, and pre-AP prepares you for those advanced placement classes, which in turn prepare you for college level classes. And so when you take pre-AP classes at this level, you are actually preparing for college, because eventually that's what the goal is.
Mm-hmm.
So the question that I think I get from some of the kids is, well, if I wasn't in pre-AP ELA in 7th grade, can I still do it in 8th grade? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. If you weren't in pre-AP science or pre-AP history in 7th grade, you can still take it.
Definitely.
When it comes to algebra, however, we want you to have taken the pre-AP 7th grade math class in order to prepare for Algebra 1, because algebra counts as high school credit, and it also counts as a part of your grade point average, your GPA. That's going to be very important to you in high school. And once you take high school level classes, they start, figuring into your GPA. So these decisions have to be made very, very carefully. And we don't want to hurry you into high school. We want you to take your time and develop those math skills as needed. So be sure you consult with your parents, be sure you consult with your teachers, and consult with us if you're not sure about whether or not to take pre-AP classes
We got
next
a lot
year.
of smart kids at this school.
I know.
And
We do.
our numbers are higher than all the other schools.
I know. Stop bragging. Stop bragging. We know
all
we're the
so
best.
good. We're so
I know.
good.
I know.
Not her and I, just
Just
y'all.
y'all. Okay, so now let's talk about electives. In 8th grade, you get to have 3 electives. Isn't that great?
2.
Yes, ma'am. 3 electives. So you get to choose them from the following section. And so we have middle school electives that count for middle school credit, and we have high school electives that count for high school credit. I'm going to cover the middle school electives first, and then we'll go into high school electives. So middle school electives, all of these are year-long courses. So you have the option of taking athletics, boys, athletic, girls. You can also take PE, but that's going to be for high school credit. So we're going to go into that in just a minute.
Okay. So the first couple will be the athletics. Athletics for the boys and athletics for the girls. Athletics, boys and girls. Let's see. It says must be coach and teacher approved. So, but when you sign up for athletics, I think Coach Rushing needs to approve that you're in there. If you were in it, right? If you're in athletics or you weren't, blah blah blah.
If you weren't in athletics last year, then you really
This year,
need
which
to,
is this year.
That's right, 7th grade. Then you really need to talk to Coach Rushing to get his approval to be in athletics next year.
I saw a shark.
Where?
Shark.
Oh my God.
Shark.
Duck.
No. It's
No?
in the water.
Oh, okay.
Sharks are in the
Thank
water.
you. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right. What about the girls? Do they need coach approval?
No, they do not.
Okay.
She just wants y'all to go ahead and if you want to sign up and try it out.
But they still have to get a physical.
You do have to get physicals, both, and your current coach right now or your PE teacher will be able to tell you about getting sports physicals. We have doctors that come on campus. Some of you may remember that from last year. They come on campus like in April or May, and they do the complete physicals here at school. You don't have to do that. You can go to your own private doctor or whatever you want, but we do offer them here at school for the convenience.
Good.
Okay?
That's perfect. Okay, so let's go on to the other electives that count for middle school credit.
GT, critical thinking. Uh-oh, we have a
got a
visitor.
Everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. What are you doing?
He needs
We're
a...
talking about electives. Are
Okay.
you an elective?
I'm not an elective, but
Oh,
I can
darn.
help you out if you have questions.
Come on down
Well,
here.
come on down and talk
What is it?
about, we're talking about GT as an elective in middle school.
Okay?
Here, we'll let you
Sweet.
borrow our
I won't say.
Thank you.
luau's.
Thank you. What did we say? I'm sorry.
Talking about GT. Tell us
The
what.
sun's really bright out here.
Tell us what you think about GT.
GT, you will have probably the most awesome teacher ever in the whole history of ever
Whoop,
teaching.
whoop.
It's Mrs.
That's
Boldaway.
right.
That's
And
right.
she will not only teach you what she thinks you need to know to be an awesome person and an awesome adult and an awesome whatever you want to do, but she will take what you like to do and turn it into something even more awesome and teach you more about it. And that's based on your interests, not just hers. So, what else can we talk about? I know what else in GT they're doing. They're doing everything in GT from building computers to writing video games
Cool.
to creating a news station where they deliver the news in television form.
Will we get to watch the news?
We will. They post it to the public drive here at school, and teachers
Nice.
can pull it
Cool
up and check out the news.
Nice.
And a lot
nice.
of it's green screen, so there's all kinds of like effects that can be added to.
Wow.
Yep.
That is cool.
Maybe we could be on the news.
Sweet.
Do you know that you're shorter than I
Only when I'm
On your knees?
Yes.
am? Could you please stay on your knees?
It's
So
probably
I can-
my haircut as well.
He got his haircut,
I
yeah.
always cut my hair.
All these 8th graders are taller than me now.
It happens. They're all taller than me too.
I know. It's
They
not
used
fair.
to be way shorter, and now I have to look up.
I know, me too.
Can you believe our babies are in 8th grade?
Which babies?
The ones that are in 7th grade
The
now.
ones that are in 7th grade.
They're almost in 8th
All of
grade.
you grow up.
Grow up.
All of you guys are gonna grow up too.
Y'all wave
So-
goodbye. Wave goodbye to Mr. Evans, y'all.
The big
Bye,
thing
Miss
is,
Evans.
while you're here, learn as much as you can. Take in what we tell you and try to guide you and help you, because you're gonna grow up. We want you to be better when you leave of us and you came to us. Cool?
Okay.
Right here, take those back.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good one, Bola.
We're back at the beach
Bye,
here.
thank you.
Aloha.
We're back to talking about electives. And we do want to mention that orchestra is an elective in middle school for 8th graders. It is, even if you were not in orchestra as a 7th grader, you can choose to be in orchestra 1 as an 8th grader. So that is an option, along with dance. Can you dance? All right. And girls choir. We also have boys choir. And then we have band for middle school. Must have been in 6th and 7th grade band. So these are all choices that you have that do not have high school credit, but they do have middle school credit. Then we're going to go into high school electives. So the grades that you earn in these classes will figure into your grade point average. That's GPA for high school. So this is very important for you to know that if you choose one of these high school electives or more, that they will figure, the grades in these classes will figure into your GPA. So one of the things you can take is PE, and just remember that in 8th grade, PE is not required. So you can take it as a high school credit. It's called personal fitness. You can also take speech and health. These two go together for high school credit. They are not required for graduation. Nope, they're not. But they used to be, it's true. Are you speechless? Yeah, he didn't take speech. That's what I thought. So, but you can choose to take these classes for high school credit in our school. We also have Spanish 1 for high school credit.
Hola.
Sí,
Hola.
señorita, muy
Hola.
bonita.
She speaks very good Spanish.
She took Spanish 1 with Profesora Hoffman.
Sí.
And then we have Theater 1 for high school credit. We also have Art 1 for high school credit. Principles of Human Services for high school credit, which is like Skills for Living, but it's for the full year and it's for high school credit. And then we have Principles of Manufacturing, which is like woodshop, but it's a full year for high school credit. So you sit down and discuss these things with your parents and discuss which 3 electives you'll choose in 8th grade. In this area, we need you to put 2 other options, alternatives to these classes that you've chosen, to the 3 that you've chosen, so that we'll have something to choose from for you. So here you're going to write, check off 3 classes that you want, and here you'll pencil in 2 classes that you're willing to take if we can't get you into one of those 3 classes that you've chosen. Got it?
Got it.
All right.
I have a question.
Okay.
So do I pick 3 from high school and then 3 from middle school?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. It's 3 in all. Combination. You can choose 1 from here and 2 from here, 2 from here and 1 from here.
Perfect.
Or all 3 from here, or all 3 from here. We like it if you choose at least 1, but it's not required. It's just recommended. That's all. So don't feel like you have to have a high school credit class when you leave middle school. One more thing, and one thing that we didn't put on this course sheet is the class called AVID. And AVID is an application, by application class that you can get into if you meet the qualifications. And it is a class that prepares you for the rigor of college. Prepares you in many different ways, with organization, with mindset, with going to college campuses, many different ways that are very exciting. And so if you're interested in that class, you want to put somewhere up here outside the box, not so much here. You might want to write up in here, AVID, or interested in AVID. And then you would want to see me or Mrs. Ulbrich for an application. All right. Do we have anything else to say about electives?
No.
Great.
No.
We get to sign now?
No, not yet. Well, in a little bit. We didn't talk, and then you have to make sure you're going to read this last section before you sign it.
What do we sign?
A seagull. Seagulls.
Seagull.
Oh.
Oh my gosh! I hope
These
you didn't.
seagulls with all the sand.
You got to give them some bread. Oh no! You did it on
Stuff
you
on
and me.
you. Got stuff on
Ew.
you. Sorry.
Oh my gosh! I need to wear a hat or something. I'll wear something to keep the seagull stuff off of me. All right, go on.
Okay.
I'll get
We're
a hat
talking
on.
about the last section has some statements that you need to. Excellent, Mrs. Larza.
Thank you. I don't
Excellent.
want any seagulls getting on me.
The last section, it says, I understand the following. Number 1, or as Professora Hoffman would say, numero uno,
See,
that by choosing electives and by signing this form, the student is committed to staying in the chosen electives for the duration of the course. In other words, no quitting. You stay with whatever it is that you pick and you honor your commitment.
okay. So you can't quit.
No.
Okay. That's
Quitting
good.
is very unattractive.
Yeah, we don't have any quitters here,
No.
do we?
No.
We have very dedicated students.
Mhm. No quitting.
Yep.
Stay with what you're doing. Number 2 says accelerated math strategies and accelerated reading strategies may be assigned in place of an elective based on the student's STAR scores and performance in class.
Oh, what does that mean? That if I don't pass a star,
That means
I lose an elective?
That means we're going to take one of these choices that you've put up here, and we're going to have to get rid of it and ixnay on the elective A, and you're not on there anymore, and then we have to add a reading or a math strategy depending on which star you were unsuccessful on.
Oh.
And but you know what? In the long run, it is a good thing because you're getting extra help that you need, because it's not just for this 8th grade year. You're going to be learning things that you can use, continue to use on through high school and the rest of your life. So I would never ever call it a waste. It's very, very important that if you do need a little bit of extra help, which is fine, we all do.
Seagulls are gone, aren't they?
Yes.
Oh, thanks.
So, but that's for us to decide, for us to look at your scores. Don't sign up for reading strategies. Even if you're in a reading or math this year, don't think, oh, well, I'm in it this year, so I have to take it again next year and sign up for it.
Mhm.
You don't do that. We'll make that decision at the end, and we'll contact your parents, and we'll work that out right before school starts.
And the other thing is that in 8th grade, it's called, you're in an SSI year, the Student Success Initiative. And so it's the year that you have to pass your STAR reading and STAR math in order to advance to high school. So with that extra support, we're very confident if you didn't do well in the STAR 7th math or reading, that you will do well in 8th grade. So we have total confidence that this support class will help those of you who do need that support. So number 3.
The last one, it says, every effort will be made to accommodate your choices. However, we cannot guarantee that all the choices will be available due to staffing numbers and all that stuff. We only have one Miss Kennedy. She's the bestest. Okay?
She is.
She's the best.
And Miss Logan is
And
too.
Miss Logan is. And we have the best choir because
And
they
the best
win
orchestra
awards.
too.
Orchestra,
And the best band.
How did we get so lucky that we have everybody and everything is the best? And we are.
Yeah, we live
So,
in America.
that's
There's the
right.
Statue of Liberty. Look, they're selling. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
So, what you need to understand is that we may have, 90 kids that sign up for art, or 110 that sign up for theater.
Oh, is that what you call a scheduling conflict?
That's a bad scheduling conflict that causes us to go,
But we
in
try our
August.
best, don't we?
But we do.
And-
We do the best that we can, but not just understand that it's nothing personal. It's just the numbers, and we can't cut Miss Kennedy in half, and we
You sound
can't
like you
cut.
feel guilty.
I do. I feel
You need
bad.
to sit on the chair, the therapy chair.
The therapy chair. I have
Yeah,
1 minute.
Don't feel bad.
Okay.
Okay, it just is. Sometimes you just can't get.
I know.
You just gotta deal
I
with
feel
it.
sorry
okay?
for 'em.
I'm
I
so
feel sorry for 'em.
It's okay.
because they all want to be in choir and they all
I
want to
know.
be in theater.
Don't worry, we'll do counseling on the Papa San after this.
Okay.
All right,
Awesome.
good.
Okay.
All right, so then we get to the very end where you get to sign, your parents get to sign, provide an email and a phone number in case we have to call you about a scheduling conflict. And these things need to be turned in by March 11th. All right, so let's talk about entry guidelines for pre-AP. How do you get into pre-AP? What do we need to do? What are these guidelines? What does that mean?
That means there's some qualifications, things that you have to do, things that we have to see in you,
Wait,
and that your
it says
teachers.
guidelines. It doesn't say requirements.
No, I know that, but they're guidelines.
Okay,
They're all guidelines.
that means things that will help him make a decision?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Sounds good to me.
Of course.
Okay.
What we need to know is, have you successfully completed the prerequisite courses? That's a hard word to say for me. Prerequisite.
I know.
Prerequisite courses as specified in the course catalog. Now, what that means is if you want to take, say, pre-AP English or pre-AP, or which would be Algebra 1, are you currently, now that you're in 7th grade, are you taking a pre-AP course right now? And if you are you being very successful in it?
Oh, so if you want to take algebra next year, you have to stop and think, am I taking pre-AP math right now and I'm being successful? So successful in that class means 85 and above?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you should.
So what if I'm
score.
making a 75?
Then you know what? We don't want you to be stressed. We don't want you struggling. And you might want to think about taking our Math 8 class.
So does that mean that if I'm not making at least an 85 in pre-AP Math 7 this year,
Mm-hmm.
you recommend I take Math 8 next year?
Definitely.
Does that mean I fail?
No.
Oh, what
Math
does
8
that
is
mean?
good. Math 8 just gives you another year to prepare before you go into high school. And then you can take Algebra 1 in high school.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Because it's there. It's
Will
there
that
in
count
high
against
school.
me?
No, not at all. Because we want you to
Okay.
be successful in the class, and then algebra also has an end of year or end of course exam that you have HAVE, capital HAVE, have to pass in order to graduate.
Okay.
So you have to take the class and then pass the test. So if you're getting a 75-ish right now, then it's going to be hard for you to pass the class or to pass the end of course exam. So we want to give you that extra year, which is fine. If I was in high school, I'd be taking that class. No biggie. It's a good class.
Okay.
It's a good class. We have
So
great
that-
teachers.
Yeah, so that algebra grade will also figure into my GPA, won't it?
Yes. So what you do
Okay.
in 8th grade will be on your high school GPA and ranking and everything. So when you're a senior and you're looking at all your grades, it's going to have some 8th grade classes on there. It'll have algebra on there.
So I want to have the highest GPA that I
It's always
possibly
the
can
best.
make.
Definitely.
Okay, 85 or higher.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds good to me. And number 2 says that you want to get commended in the area that you want to do pre-AP in. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, so if you got commended in reading star 7th grade, chances are good that you'd qualify or you would do well in a pre-AP class in ELA in 8th grade. We don't have star history or science in 7th grade, so you just have to go by your grades. If you did well in 7th grade in both of those classes, 85 and above, then you probably will do well. But again, these are just guidelines. These are not requirements. And so you need to understand that the decision is made by you and your parents because you're the one in the class. So when you get in, how do you get out?
If you want out, there's some things that we have. The first question Mrs. Sparza and I are going to ask you are, have you been to tutoring? Tutoring.
Tutoring. What's tutoring?
Tutoring. You know what tutoring is? You're in 8th grade.
I know, but what if I was new
means-
this year?
Tutoring means that you have to go on your own time, usually before school, or maybe during lunch if your teacher lets you, or after school, and get extra help. Get them to help you with the concepts and definitions or anything else that you didn't understand. If you had homework and you didn't quite understand it, then you go before school and get tutoring and let them help you. Our teachers want to help you. You just have to show up for it. And so if you want out of a pre-AP class, we're going to ask you, have you been to tutoring? If you say, well, I went once a couple months ago. No, you have to put in an effort.
Notice how strong the wind is right now?
I know.
You know why? Because it's a sign. It's a sign. Tutoring is important. So tutoring is very important. The wind, it's in the wind. We heard it in the wind. So how do you know if you have to go to tutoring?
How do you know if you have to go to tutoring? If you don't understand what you're doing,
Okay.
if you don't understand your assignments, if you're failing a class or not doing as well as
Especially if
as
you
that. If you were absent, very important to go if you were absent, to make up and to find out what you missed. I used to always tell my students that. you have to come up to me and get your makeup work after an absence. But I'm on my soapbox. I could talk for hours about that, but I'm not. Just get your makeup work and go to tutoring.
So is it the smart kids that go to tutoring?
It's all kids that go to tutoring. Everybody goes to tutoring.
All right. That's awesome. So to get out, you're going to find out, we need to find out from you, have you been to tutoring? And if you haven't, we're going to say go to tutoring. And then second, if you've been to tutoring and you're still not being successful, and by successful we mean that you're failing, you continue to fail. A C is not a reason to leave a pre-AP class. So then you have to petition the counselor, and that means you get a sheet of paper and you write your request, and your parents and us.
Hopefully
and
we'll be in a good
you-
mood. We might be in a bad mood that day.
Hope
I
not.
might.
I'm never in a bad mood.
She's never in a bad
Oh,
mood. I'm
no.
always, I get,
Yeah.
I'm 50. What do you know.
Okay. That's all right. That's a half a century, isn't it?
No, stop it.
So you just talk to us, and we'll talk to your parents and your teacher, and we'll all make a decision in your best interest. Of course, if you're failing at the end of a grading period, the class, we're just going to take you out because we don't want you to fail. Okay? So at the very bottom of this sheet, you have a parent permission for pre-AP enrollment. That's where you get to print your name. No, your parent's name goes here, and your name goes here, and then your parents sign at the bottom. And then the last thing we need to tell you is that the clock is ticking. Click, clock,
What
click,
day?
clock,
When
click,
do they
clock.
have to turn these in?
March 11th.
But we do need you to drop them off at the front office. They're going to be collecting all of them. Don't run out of time. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. If not, we're going to put you in classes that we want to put you in, and we'll laugh. Okay. Well, I will. She won't.
Okay. No, I'll just go to Hawaii.
Okay, Hawaii. Okay,
Yeah.
look at what this says. It says, where is the words?
Somewhere in there.
Oh, they're on the heart.
Aw, what does it
says,
say?
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
You're going to be in 8th grade. You're going to be the big wigs on campus.
Yay! And you'll all be taller than me.
And you are one step closer to going to...
To high school, Smithson Valley High School. Rangers you will be. Mustangs you are for now.
Rangers you will be.
That's
I
right.
will miss you.
We will.
But we got another year. We're excited.
Yeah, and then we'll get you Bye. If you have any questions, you know where to find us. And you can leave us a message, or you can email us.
I'll
Or you
be
can
in
just talk to
Hawaii
us.
for the next couple weeks, so
Hawaii,
don't
can I
be...
go?
No.
I want to go. All right, then I'm going to go to, the Bahamas.
I want to go.
No.